Well, for the latest reaction in South Korea, let's cross over live now to Seoul and to our correspondent, Melissa Chan. Melissa, it is, of course, very early hours where you are, but has there been any kind of reaction?
Well, South Korean officials say that it will be some time before they can confirm independently the death of the second hostage. They say that it will probably be a few hours longer. So we're looking at a very long night for the families of the hostages. They have been, of course, following events nonstop into the early hours of the morning, and it looks like they probably won't find out anything for sure until dawn.
Melissa, what are the families telling you about what they would like the authorities to do? And if this news is confirmed, will it put more pressure on the South Korean government?
Well, it absolutely will put so much more pressure on the South Korean government. Now, as for the families, they have said that they they support the South Korean delegation in Afghanistan. They trust in it. But of course, now with the second person dead, that will leave a lot of questions for them. We know that there's a government official that's been a point person to sort of touch base with the families of the hostages. But by and large, they are kept very much in the dark in terms of the progress of the negotiations, often getting their first news from the local press.
And what about the South Korean government? What are they saying, at least in private, or officials telling you off the record, in terms of what would they like the Afghan authorities to do at this point? Try and negotiate more, release perhaps some prisoners, or perhaps try and end this quickly through the use of force?
Well, I think from the South Korean delegation side, it has always been a push to try to convince the Afghan government to release prisoners in a hostage for prisoners swap. But of course, we know the difficulty coming from the Afghan government and the reasons that they are not willing to do so. So the South Koreans have offered a ransom. I think that there was some discussion over the past few days about the possibility of providing monetary compensation, but that seems to be something that Taliban is no longer interested in. Originally, the very first request from the Taliban was for the pullout of South Korean troops in Afghanistan. But of course, the South Korean government was quick to point out that the troops there are not military, in the sense that they are more medical and engineering services, and that they are going to pull out as scheduled at the end of this year.
And perhaps, as you're mentioning there, the fluctuating demands and deadlines that are coming and going makes the whole process a lot more difficult for all parties concerned.
Yes, it's incredibly stressful, and certainly, as I was saying, the South Korean government has not been providing that much information. And of course, this has been headline news here, and so the media has been sort of grasping for straws. So often they have been reporting a lot of things that turn out to be incorrect farther down the line, and that has really taken the South Korean families and the country on a really roller coaster ride of emotions over the past few days.
All right, Melissa Chan, live from Seoul. Thanks for that.